It's your boy Mr. Punchy TV back with you with another hot topic coming out of Trinidad and Tobago, and of course the hot topic for the last 48 hours is a guy by the name of Sion Faria, and it's all because he went to social media and he just laid his thoughts about baby mamas. Yes, he posted something on his page about baby mamas and how he felt, his experience, his thoughts, his perspective. I mean, Facebook do ask you, what are you thinking? So, the things he said, a lot of people didn't agree with him, you know. They say a lot of baby mamas didn't agree with him. They say a lot of females, mostly. But they had a lot of guys that didn't agree with him as well. So, I'm going to read exactly what he said, word for word. Remember, I am not editing this or tweaking this in no way. This is exactly his words, right? So here goes. I don't mean to be a little boy about this, but it must be said. To all these baby mamas who does be all up in my inbox, understand something. You are coming to me with a handicap, not an advantage or a blessing, as some like to call them. You will never be as vulnerable to me as a single lady without a kid. Probably in a few years my opinion will change, but as for now, just ease me up. Then they want to be making all these demands and stipulations that, by the way, single childless ladies don't even make. Once again, I am sorry for coming across as an arrogant a-hole or a little boy, but understand that you're coming to me as a beggar, not a chooser. The end. That's his words. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments, and of course, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and to hit that notification bell to get more updates. So, he posted that 48 hours ago, and then last night he had an online interview with some guys to explain himself, because he got a little backlash, a little tension, some heat. Mostly people didn't agree with him and some agreed, but when women disagree in numbers, men just feel a type of way. So he went on an online interview and explained himself. So I'm going to play that video now. You can listen to it and tell me what you think about his response, explaining about what he wrote. Alright? Listen to the video. Here goes.
Right. So it is personal. Let me start with that. Right. So let me give a little backstory. So I was friends with these girls, and from years ago. Right. They became baby mamas. Right. But however, at some point in time we did like each other, whatever the case may be. Throughout the years, girls would like you. That it happens. Right. Now, yeah. The interesting thing is that they went into some toxic relationships and with some toxic fellas, and I warned them about it. And the reason why I could warn them is because I am also one. So toxicity could identify toxicity. So I told them, I say, hey, what's something? Them fellas, and watch yourself, watch yourself. But they're young and they're in love, and they figure out the world and stuff. So I say, okay, partner, no problem. So lo and behold, now each one of them at different intervals, the same thing end up happening, right? They get pregnant, the honey come out of the moon, and then the man busts out, right? But obviously that's something I was expected in my brain now. That was something I was expected, right? Now, when you're young, as I say, you're young, you will make some decisions and you will make some bad decisions. But what upset me the most was the fact that when they, after they got put in this predicament, what would happen is that they would come back to me with all their baggage. I would say baggage and problems and all kind of thing, right? So I just did so frustrated in the sense that these are situations what were 100% avoidable. It was 100% avoidable. So that is what upset me the most. So what they like to do is they like to come back, slowly ease their way back into your life, and what they do is weaponize the child, right? They just weaponize the child. So before you know it, you know the child. You probably know the child better than them, right? No, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that part. But what it does like to do is they try to use that to kind of emotionally manipulate you by weaponizing it, right? So these young moms and thing, those were the people I was referring to. Those particular cases who I have known for over the years, right? That is why I say, these baby mamas and them. That is, so I just get frustrated now because it had one of them who were talking to me at the time, and I just get frustrated, and I just post it up, and I was like, they come into here and they expect the same energy as before they had the child now. They expect you to give them that same energy. But I don't understand in a new situation now, they have to not only think for one person, but I'll start to think for two people. So to me, and that would make it worse for me as well, because now I have to think for two people as well. And at least two people, because we're even bringing the baby daddy as yet. Right? So for me, it was a very difficult situation to be in and to deal with, because it's like, in my brain, that was a situation what was completely avoidable, right? So as I said before, for the public domain, it was those particular persons who I was referring to when I said baby mamas. It is not the whole of Trinidad. It is not the whole of Tobago. It is not everybody. No, it was those particular cases. But as you know, viral, social media sharing everything, it would have happened. And I'm being honest, I should have foreseen it. When I'm a fair guy, I should have foresaw something like this. So I will deal with my consequences. As I said before, I'm a fair guy, right? The tone, I admit, the tone was a little harsh. If the tone was harsh, I could have worded it better, but I still stand by everything that I say. I would apologize for the tone, but I will not apologize for the stance that I made for myself. When you say handicap, right, there are three, as I said in the beginning of this video, there are three Google definitions for the word handicap. Three. The handicap definition that I was referring to, I don't know if you guys watch sports and all that stuff, right? You'll see it in a lot in sports. You'll see it in golf, you'll see it in horse racing, right? A handicap is given to someone, right, who has lesser breathing room, if that is the word to use, right? They have less breathing room. So in order to even the playing field, they would put a handicap on that person, right? Which means the person who don't have the handicap would now have to work twice as hard to play on an equal playing field with the other person. So I used it in that context, in the context of sports, because I follow my little sports and stuff, and that is what I was referring to in the handicap. But people come, saying, oh, see, I'm calling it a handicap, and the okay, so no, come now, man. No.
Okay,
I was
so I got
not
it.
referring to that definition of handicap, right?
So,
but I'm not
so I got it.
like the shipperness, so they will take that and run with it. But which is understandably so, because I wasn't clear in my definition. So I don't know if all some of the young people, I don't know if all know this saying, right? The beggars can't be choosers. That is a saying I grew up with since primary school, right? What people have to understand is beggars in that context is not referring to somebody who begging at the side of the road, oh gosh, them have $20. No, it's not that, right? A beggar can be chooser. That context, beggars can be choosers. It refers to bartering, right? I don't know if somebody know what bartering is, right? Bartering, if you have 5 sweetie and have 10 sweeties, right? And you want one of my sweetie, you can't look to come with less to the table and say, okay, well, I want your sweetie. And if I hand you a sweetie, you get the sweetie, right? But you can't look to choose. That is where the choosing part come from. Which sweetie you want. If I give you a little sweetie, take the thing. You understand? That is the context what I was referring to. Beggars can be choosers, not a literal beggar who begging. Because to be honest with you, some women out here, in some instances, in that context, I would be the beggar. You understand? It doesn't literally mean I will be there with looking for handouts. No. Right? So I try to explain to people, I just get a little thing about this and I just get a little, emotional about this now. But that was the context. I should have said it better. Agreed. Yeah, I could have said it better. But the point, what I'm saying is that it still stands. Like that point still stands, but the wording could have changed. I wanted to also say that, you see, if I am a child father as well, let me say I have a child as well, I could go in a relationship with a baby mom or a woman with a child. I could do that. That is something I could do. You understand? Because we would be on a similar feel, and we would be able to we'll be able to articulate and be like, we'll be able to relate to more stuff to each other now. But for me now,
Yeah.
as a single person without any children, it will be very difficult to put myself in a situation like that now.
Have you ever been in a situation like that with
No,
a woman who has a child?
no.
Is it something you're afraid of?
Huh?
And is this something that you're afraid of?
Boy, to be honest, I had to say yes because that's a responsibility that I wouldn't have no idea what to do in that situation. You see, I didn't grow up with it now. I didn't grow up in a situation where I didn't grow up with a stepfather, so I can't relate to stuff because I have friends who grew up with a stepfather and they could put themselves in situations like that because they understand it. You understand? They understand. I didn't grow up like that.
So, what do you guys think? Do you agree with him? Do you agree with his perspective, his thoughts, his experiences? Do you understand where he came from? If you do or don't, let me know in the comments. And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and to hit that notification bell so you can get more updates. Yeah, because Punching TV, my updates is facts. Real facts. I don't tweak anything. It's just real. Right? So, before I go and until my next video, you know what I always say. Don't forget, we were born to love and we learn to hate. Peace.